Welcome to your moment of impact. Today we're going to talk about influence. Before I go there, I have a question for you. Do you want results? And I'm presuming the answer is absolutely yes. So let me tell you something. Without influence, you can't have results. Without influence, you don't have people. So whether you're in an organization or you have a family, if you can't get the buy-in from your people, you have no results. You're standing alone. So let's talk a little bit about influence. Influence is the ability to produce a particular result or an outcome that you want from other people. Okay, let's take the flip side of that. Let's talk about manipulation. Manipulation is a little bit different because now you're talking about self. How can I benefit myself and not my people? And that's a lot of times in the workplace, we don't know we're doing it, but we're benefiting ourselves and not the employees. So this is what ends up happening is you typically get 20% of the involvement from people that are around you. So if you're in a workplace, they're going to give you 20% of their efforts. So when you highly influence a group of people, they're typically going to give you 80 or 90% because they really understand that you have a deep connection, and there's a connection of trust that's there. So how do you build that with people? And this is where people get, oh, Steve, how do you get influence with people? Well, it's simple, okay? Add value and invest in people, okay? Well, how do I do that? How do I add value to people? It's very, very simple. Get curious about them. Ask them questions. I mean, how long did it take you from any organization you work from your supervisor, your boss, to ask about what was important to you? What is important? It's your family, okay? It's what you do outside of work. What makes you tick? What are you interested in? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Questions like that will create a bond and a trust factor with the person you're talking with. Whether you're in sales, whether you're a coach on a team, whether you are a family member trying to be the leader of your family, establishing a solid foundation of trust will increase the influence. So it will determine the level of success that you have in anything that you do. So two ways of influencing people. You could use it by force, which again, you're going to get 20%, or you could use it by getting deeply and adding value to people. So let me tell you one thing, the secret that I have learned at a very young age is, people aren't going to give you their hand until you give them your heart. So until you get involved in what's important to them, you're not going to be important to them as well. So a couple of ways we could increase your influence with people is add value, getting curious, ask them the questions, okay? Do something that can help them, what they can't do for themselves. It might be meeting somebody that they couldn't normally reach. It might be sharing something with how you got successful so they could reach the same levels. So, or it could be just making yourself transparent and giving them the idea that you are human just as like them, and make it seem easy. Okay, make it seem simple. That's what people want, is simplicity. So the one thing I really caution you is when you're having conversations with people, don't make yourself bigger than people. Always go down to your people's level. I don't care if you're talking to someone on the street that's homeless. Go down to the level. Understand and get it from their perspective. Sit in their shoes for the second and talk with them like they're a person. If you're wearing a nice suit, get down on a knee and do this. You will build instant rapport whether you are a waitress, whether you are in house sales, whether you are selling insurance, whether you're in a big time corporation. That is the glue that keeps people together. My question for you now is, how will you use your influence? Go be great and live life on purpose.